Yo, peace was good. Welcome to the installment of my CD collection. It's part 25. Let's get the show started. These are albums that I bought over the last week. The first 5 I bought last week, and the last 4 I bought back on Friday. So I'll just show you those real quick. Alright. First album is Jay-Z's Blueprint 2, The Gift and the Curse, released in 2002. I believe this is his 7th album. You got the slipcover right here, and you got the actual CD right here. Like I said, it's a 2-disc CD. You got the Gift as the first disc, and you got the Curse as the second disc. Singles this album is known for are 03 Bonnie and Clyde, featuring Beyonce, his wife now. Excuse Me Miss, which was a single. Trying to see the other singles. I believe that's it, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but overall, my thoughts on this album. Well, I will do a review on this album, but I wasn't a really big fan of this album, and I'll just leave it at that. You know what I mean? I thought the song could have been a little bit better. I mean, it does have some decent tracks, got a couple bangers, but I don't know. I believe this album, in my opinion, was like one of his weakest albums, in my opinion. But that's just me, you know what I mean? But this is Jay-Z's Blueprint 2, Gift and the Curse, released in 2002. I'll fix that later. Then we got Ludacris' third album, Chicken and Beer, released in 2003. Yeah, 2003. Everybody knows Ludacris is MC from ATL or Atlanta, Georgia, known for the singles Southern Hospitality, What's Your Fantasy, what brought him out into the world and shit like that. This is his third album. This album is known for songs like Blow It Out, which was like more like a underground single. Everybody knows about that track where he disses Bill O'Reilly, because Bill O'Reilly dissed, Ludacris, saying like he's a bad influence on kids and all that shit. So, Ludacris was like, man, fuck you, you know what I'm saying? Like, so he made a whole diss track towards him and shit. Stand Up, which was a single, fucking love that. So that beat by Kanye, dope. Splash Waterfalls, Diamond in the Back was also a single. P Poppin', also known as Pussy Poppin'. I believe that was it. I think those are the singles of the album. Yeah, overall, I'll definitely be doing a review on this album, so be on the lookout for that. Alright. Ludacris, 03, Chicken and Beer. Then we got Jade's first album. I believe this is their only album that ever came out with. Jade To The Max, released in 1992. They're a Chicago-based group, known for songs like Don't Walk Away, which was a big song back in the early 90s. Fucking love that song. I Wanna Love You, which was a single as well. One Woman and Looking for Mr. Do-Right. Those are singles. This album right here is definitely important to the early 90s R&B scene, in my opinion, you know what I mean? Because that song Don't Walk Away, I mean, when you hear that song, like, damn, you really think of 91, 92, you know what I mean? It definitely brings you back to my childhood days, back in the early 90s and shit like that. Very dope album, highly recommend it. If you like shit like, SWV, and Vogue, stuff like that, then you'll definitely enjoy this album. Maybe not as smooth, but, just, I don't know, it kind of, in that vein, like, if you like those kind of albums, like those groups, then you'll definitely enjoy Jade. This is Jade To The Max, released in 1992, excuse me. Then we got Digital Underground, 6 Packets. Digital Underground, everybody knows what the group that Tupac got its start with. Digital Underground, they're a group from Oakland, California. Well, they're an Oakland-based group. They got They first started back in, I believe, in 1987, and then they've been putting out albums for years and years and years. Well, this is their debut album. Song was known for Humpty Dance was like the biggest single of the album. What's the other song that was big? Do What You Like was like, I believe it was the first single of the album. It was kind of, it didn't really hit that big, but Humpty Dance is what really brought them out to the forefront. You know what I mean? Is what really, and that's the song that they're really known for. You know what I mean? This song was pretty decent. It's okay. You know what I mean? Like, if you like party albums, then this is the album to pick up. You know what I mean? But I just picked it up because it was cheap. You know what I mean? Like, Shock G, he's definitely a dope producer. Very slept on producer. Especially the stuff that he's done for like other artists, like what's that group? No Face. There's a group called No Face. I know they came out with an album back in 1991, and they had a song called No Brothers Allowed. That shit is so ill. Shock G made the beat for that shit. Oh my god, that beat is so ill. I'll post down a link to that song, the one I'm talking about. But yeah, anyways, Sex Packets, Underground, Digital Underground, released in 1990. I mean, what can I say? Fucking, we guys like, like De La Soul, but like early De La Soul, like kind of like the fun lyrics and stuff like that. You'll definitely enjoy this album. But it obviously is a different outtake. I'm not comparing them to De La Soul, but kind of like I don't know, like the fun lyrics, you know what I mean? None of the gangster shit, you know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. Cause De La Soul, they're like more on the conscious tip. These guys are like more on the more party tip and stuff like that. But Digital Underground, Sex Packets, released in 1990. Then we got Menace to Society, the soundtrack, released in 1983. Dope movie, classic, definitely a classic gangster movie. Highly recommended. Very dope soundtrack. Very, 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 very dope. Highly recommended. You got a mixture of East Coast hip hop and West Coast hip hop, but it's mostly West Coast because obviously it takes place in Watts, in Compton and shit like that. So in LA and shit. Songs this album is known for Straight Up Menace by MC8 of Compton's Most Wanted. MC8, yo, he's definitely one of my favorite West Coast MCs. He's definitely very slept on. He doesn't really get a lot of recognition. He's respected in the hip hop industry, in the hip hop community, I should say, but I feel like when people think of West Coast hip hop, like gangster hip hop, people automatically think of Ice Cube, Ice-T, Dr. Dre, and those are all good, but you also had other dope gangster rappers like MC8, DJ Quick, who I think is very underrated as well. Spice One. This is a whole shitload of artists. Seagram, rest in peace. There's so much MCs from the West Coast, gangster MCs. WC, Mac 10. I mean, there's a whole shitload. Sibo, Brother Lynch Hung. Even though Brother Lynch Hung is like more on the hardcore tip, but he's still on the gangster tip too. X-Rated. I mean, I could go on and on and on. Another song this song was known for is Trigger Got No Heart by Spice One, which was also featured on his third album, 187 he wrote. Fucking love the album. I have the album in my collection. To me, that's one of his best albums, in my opinion. 187 he wrote. Then America's Nightmare and 187 he wrote. Those are my favorite albums by Spice One. No, excuse me, 1996. Excuse me, that came out back in 1995. I showed that in one of my CD collections. But anyways, yeah, this is a decent album. Artists you got on is Spice One, MC8, Ant Banks, another dope MC / producer / MC, very underrated. M Banks, he's known for his affiliation with Too Short or Short Dog. Kenny Grew, I don't know who that is. Too Short, as I mentioned. Miss Kilo, the Lynch Mob, very dope group. The Lynch Mob group from LA, Long Beach, I believe they're from Long Beach. Known for their affiliation with Ice Cube, because you know they were Ice Cube's artists and shit like that. Put out 2 dope classic albums, Gorillas in the Mist and Planet of the Apes, which I need to get my hands on. That's actually out of print. I think both of them was actually out of print. But if I'm not mistaken, I believe the Lynch Mob re-released Gorillas in the Mist. It's been re-released, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that, but I know definitely Planet of the Apes is out of print. It's been out of print for years. Been trying to get my hands on that shit, but I will get it eventually. Yeah, that album's pretty dope. Smooth, I don't know what that is. Brand Nubian, Lick Them Motherfuckers. Very dope track. Brand Nubian, everybody knows who Brand Nubian is. With Lord Jamar, Sadat X, Grand Poobah, DJ Alamo. But you know, around this time, Grand Poobah had left the group. Cause I guess he had like fallen outs with the group and shit like that. And he was doing his solo shit. So, you know, this is when, you know, Grand Poobah was out of the group. P-Rock is CL Smooth. Everybody know who P-Rock is CL Smooth is. One of the most influential hip hop groups of all time. Definitely High Five, Boogie Down Productions, or KRS-One. Let's keep it funky. The Cutthroats, another dope underground hip hop group from New York. Very dope. UGK, Underground Kings, Bun B, and the late great Pimp C. Rest in peace, Pimp C. DJ Quick, Can't Fuck With a Nigga. It's funny because at this time DJ Quick and MC8 was actually beefing, and that song Can't Fuck With a Nigga, he was actually dissing MC8, which is kind of ironic, and they both on the album, which is crazy. And he was also dissing Everlast too, calling him a fake Irish faggot. Like, I thought that was pretty funny. And Spice One again was Trigger Got No Heart. But yeah, pretty solid, definitely dope, definitely an influential gangster album, even though it's a soundtrack, but this one's soundtracks are actually pretty good. Definitely highly recommend it, pick it up. Then we got, let me see how much time I got left. Yes, so that time. Then we got Prodigy, Return to the Mac, released in 2007. This was the first collaboration album that he's done with collab album that he's done with any producer, and the producer was Alchemist. Very fucking solid, very solid. Because I know a lot of people shit on Prodigy now. You know, myself included, but I still fucks with Prodigy. The reason I say that is because it seemed like around the America's Nightmare, I would say maybe like the Free Agents, maybe towards like the America's Nightmare album is when he kind of fell off, you know what I mean? He just got lazy with the lyrics, you know what I mean? And you can see that too, you can hear it too. And in his book, which I do have, but you know, I let my barber hold it. He still has it after 2 years after I let him hold it. But anyways, he like, you know, like I said, he fell off with the lyrics. He even admitted, like, you know, on that album he was kind of lazy with the lyrics and shit like that. He admitted to it, so you know, so he knows that, you know. But this album, in my opinion, kind of shuts up all the haters and stuff like that. Like I said, it's not the Prodigy that we all grew up on, like the Prodigy I like from like the 90s. But this album definitely makes it up, you know what I mean? Fucking very dirty, gritty, dark album, man. Uses a lot of exploitation samples. You know, stuff like, you know, from stuff like Black Caesar, Blackula, you know, shit like that. Singles this album is known for is Return to the Mac, aka New York shit, Stuck on You, Mac 10 Handle. Yeah, man, fucking solid. And it comes with a DVD. Comes with 4 videos for the songs. Stuck on You, the uncensored version, the regular Stuck on You version that was on BET, Mac 10 Handle, and Return to the Max shit. Yeah, this is a very solid album. Highly recommended. This is more, people consider this as a mixtape. Me, I consider this more like an album. It's more of a street album, if anything. Yeah, man, this album, man, this is definitely one of his best projects that he's put out, solo-wise, let's just say. This album was actually a promotion for his H&IC Part 2 album, which I don't have in my collection. I do need to get it. I will pick it up. But yeah, Return to the Mac by Prodigy, released in 2007. Pick it up, please. Highly recommended. If you're a Mobb Deep fan, you owe this to yourself. Alright. Then we got the Violator album. This was released in 1999. Very dope album. This is epitome of late 90s East Coast hip hop. Very solid album. I don't know. Q-Tip. Songs. Artist has as Q-Tip with the song "Vibrant Thing," which was the single. That song was actually featured on his first album, solo album, Amplified, which I do have in my collection. Definitely will be doing a review on that. Flipmode Squad, Noriega and Scarlett, LL Cool J, The Franchise and Ja Rule, Fragile, Big Pun and 8 Ball from MJG and 8 Ball. Crew, very dope underground New York hip hop group from the Bronx. Very underrated too. I need to get their album. They only came out with one album called The Dirty. I think it was called The Dirty Crew or some shit like that, or The Dirty, some shit like that. Very hard to come by. Very dope album. Highly recommended. My Song, Harlem MC, Mace and 8 Ball, Mobb Deep. Next, another dope R&B group from the 90s. And My Song, Noriega, Final Chapter, Iman Thug. What's up with Iman Thug, man? I mean, he needs to come out with a fucking album. I mean, they need to stop playing games. Capone of Capone Noriega, Scarlett, Maze and Mussolini. Maze and Mussolini, they've been around for since, they're affiliated with Capone and Noriega. That's what they're known for. I'm surprised they haven't put out an album as well, because I actually like them too. Big Noid, Beatnuts, Cameron and Busta Rhymes, My Song Again, Cormega and Hot Boys, Busta Rhymes, El Boogie, Sonya Blade, Noriega, My Song, Prodigy and Busta Rhymes. Overall decent album, fucking dope album. Definitely captures that late 90s East Coast hip hop, you know what I mean? I highly recommend it. Pick it up. Then we got Geto Boys. This is their 4th album, released in 1991. This is the remastered version. This came out in 1995, but the actual album came out in 1991. So this is, like I said, the remastered. As you can see, Disney remastered. So everybody knows who Geto Boys is. I'll do a full review and I'll do their biography and shit like that. Groups of the members of the group are Willie D, Bushwick Bill, and Scarface. Known for singles like Mind Playing Tricks on Me, which was like the biggest single, and Ain't What Being Broke, which was another single. It wasn't like their biggest single, but it was definitely a single. But Mind Playing Tricks on Me was the biggest single of the album. Is their most the trademark single. Like when people think of Geto Boys, people think of Mind Playing Tricks on Me. And yeah, Geto Boys, highly recommended. Pick it up. And then last but not least, Necro's, I believe, his fourth album, yeah, because I Need Drugs, Glory Days, Prefix for Death, and this album. The Brutality, that was more like a compilation album. This is like more of a street album, so I don't really count that as an album. That was like more of a compilation album. But yeah, Sexorcist, this is his fourth album, like I said. This is actually the special edition. This version, if I'm not mistaken, is actually out of print. I was lucky to find this shit. Bought this last week. I mean, bought this back on Friday. But yeah, very dope album. I like it a lot. People know Necro for his, you know, his like his gory shit, like his street shit. But you know, his cannibalistic views and all that shit. But with this album, he kind of like took a backseat towards that. He kind of went on a more sex rhymes and shit like that. Even though he does that in his regular shit, but in this album he just dedicates all about sex and shit like that. So the whole album was based on sex and shit like that. I mean, but it's definitely dark. It definitely has like the dark vibe to it, but not as dark as his earlier albums. Comes with bonus tracks. It comes with 31 tracks. Bonus tracks is like 9 tracks, and it comes with a DVD. It's more like, you know, music videos, and it comes with like you know, like live performances and shit like that. So yeah, this version is actually out of print, so if you can find it, pick it up. Definitely a collector's item. If you're a Necro fan, highly recommend it. And that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Stay tuned for more videos. Peace.